Hi and welcome. This is Arshna with Divine Soul Resonance, welcoming you all to my channel with all my love and all my heart. Thank you so much for all your love, your like, your support. Today, I am going to talk about change. Change is the basis of life. The only thing constant in life is change. We've heard that. We've seen that. But change is hard. Gosh, it's hard to change from one way to another. One way to another. There are different types of changes that come in our world, in our life. Some changes you know you have to make and you go about it consciously, and that's great because you're in charge. You decide that this is the change I'm going to bring about in my life, and you go about it in a very controlled way. That's wonderful. You recognize that there is a new way or a new process with which you need to do certain things, and you do it. Now, the change that I'm going to talk about is what we call as transformational change. So what is a transformational change? A transformational change is when you recognize and learn from certain past mistakes or certain ways and paths that you've taken, and you decide, you know what? I took that path and I took that road that just didn't pan out so well, and that's not the direction where I want to go. I want to change out of that. I want to change out of that. A transformation takes place. A transformation takes place. Okay? It's still controlled. Now, in life, many times when we are resisting, there are signs, synchronicities, you hear it, you know, you feel it, that this is not the path I should be on, and you continue repeating it, you continue doing it. Your higher self is now going to create like, okay, you've totally gone off on the wrong path. This is not what we had planned that we're going to be doing in this life. Now you've totally gone in the wrong direction. We need to have a course correction. So what's going to happen is that things and events will start coming in your life, and you will feel like, wow, my life is going upside down. I'm being thrown, like my boat is capsizing right here in the ocean. There's so much turbulence in the ocean. What am I supposed to do? So what are you doing? You're playing catch up. You're playing catch up. You're playing catch up. Now that has been, the boat had to capsize. The tower had to come. The tower had to come to break down those walls because you were refusing to see something that was coming. You were refusing to see something that was going to take you to a better place, to a more happier place, to a more peaceful, harmonious, more abundant, more loving place that you really, really have been desiring for a long time. But you were choosing to continue consciously. You were consciously continuing to go down a certain path. That's change. That's transformation. So I want to ask you a question today. And be honest with yourself, because I'm taking you on a journey here. So be honest, truly, for you. How do you respond to change? How do you respond to change? Do you institute certain changes in your life? And how well do you follow through with them? That's one. That was the easy part. Like, okay, I know I need to make a change. It's not really easy. I take that back, actually. It is, at least the recognition is a very, very big part that change is necessary. So you recognize it and you institute and you start taking certain guided steps towards it. Now, the second part is, how do you respond to change which is not initiated by you and it just occurs? And now you have to quote unquote deal with the boat capsizing, the whole tower coming down. How do you deal with that? I give you my example. So you know I'm going along with you on this journey. I love the idea of change. And I told you I'm going honest and truthful and authentic self. If I'm not being authentic, then I'm really not serving myself and others correctly. So I'm going to tell you truly takes place within me. I love the idea of change. Change is good. I don't like monotony. I like things. So that's great. And I do really good with changes that I am initiating. Okay, that was easy. That was easy. Archana loves change. Something that I know, okay, I need to change this. I need to bring that about. I'm really good about it. I am. So that's my positive. So now I'll share the shadow part. Now when change comes to me, which is unannounced and not initiated by me, I suck at it. I am really horrendous with change that comes in unannounced. And that was something I had to recognize, accept, and see what is it that within me that is not allowing for me to go with the flow. See this? I keep recording here, right? Because I want to be reminded of this flow. So what is it that within me that I'm not allowing to flow? I recognized that one of my shadow aspects is to be very rigid, wanting things my way. And if they don't materialize my way, I don't like plan B. I don't like plan B. I'm good till the time we can decide you want to go A, B, C, D. I'm really good with that. I'm really good with the flexibility in terms of, understanding. I can do path 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can keep discussing, coming down. But once we hone down a path, now to get me off of that is really difficult. And it just creates like all this angst within me that I'm not able to shift. It can be a good thing or a bad thing. It can be both. I can use that for my advantage. That way I know that once I'm committed to a goal, I'm going to go the distance. That I'm going to do the marathon. Okay? I'm going to take it to the finish line. Rain or shine, I want to take it to the finish line. That's the drive that I have. So that's great. But now where that same thing can become the shadow aspect is that understanding that sometimes there will be blockages in the path and how you deal with things coming unannounced. And can you just kind of be like, and the word that's coming is loosey-goosey. I know, I'm just being like weird right now. So I'm just being like, can I be just loosey-goosey at the time when like, boom, something comes up and this was totally unplanned. I just, that's a shadow. Now, the only question I asked you is how good are you with the change that you initiate and the change that comes in unannounced. The third, which could be just a bonus, if you want to answer, you can, is what steps do you think you would need to take to deal with unannounced change if you are not going with the flow when unannounced change comes in? What change I would like to institute is to constantly remind myself to be present in this present moment. That this has been brought into my awareness and into my experience, and it is an experience. It is an experience. It's a test of my own faith. It's a test of resilience. It's a test of fortitude. It's a test of courage. It's the test of bringing the yin and the yang in balance. Many aspects. That's what I will try now to institute to deal better with things where I just don't allow myself to flow and I become and take a super rigid stance and become quite stubborn about things. Yeah, that was fun. Fun to talk about my shadow. I have to do all this shadow work with all of you. I love it. So I leave you on this note. May you have all your heart's desires be fulfilled and may you be able to flow with life's ups and downs. So sending you love and light. This is Archana with Divine Soul Resonance. Bye. Mwah.